Why is it that you hold the beliefs that you believe? As in your faith. Why do you have the faith that you have? Whether you be Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, whatever it is. Why do you hold them beliefs? Why are you a certain denomination of Christian if you're a Christian? From what I've found, living in the heart of the Bible Belt, the majority of people believe what they believe because they were convinced to believe that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and I'm not saying they're wrong, but they believe it because they were raised that way. They were indoctrinated into it. Indoctrination isn't a bad thing. I hold doors open for women. That came from indoctrination. It was indoctrinated into me that that's the right thing to do. It doesn't mean wrong. But I was blessed, I think. I mean, it made me an outsider, but I was blessed to not be raised anything. I question everything because I learned from the very, very beginning of life that I couldn't even trust the people that took care of me. I didn't trust anybody. So you couldn't sell me on an idea. I had to find out for myself. And it made a long, difficult road. And I had to do a lot of research if I wanted to believe something. But it's helped me out in the end. That's why my faith is unshakable. Because if you're convinced, if you're sold into something, sold the idea of something, that means you can also be sold into the idea of something else. Somebody can convince you otherwise. Or you're just really stubborn and you just, nope, this is what, because nobody wants to question their own foundation. People don't. And I understand why. Why would you want to admit or even believe that the thing you've been told your whole life is a lie? People don't want to believe that. And what makes that other person right? You might as well believe in what you believe, because in your beliefs, if you don't believe that way, you could go to hell. So why take that risk? So I understand people believing and holding firm to their own beliefs. But I had this conversation earlier today. Somebody said, when I made a statement that I think it's sad that you can't have your own beliefs and say them without somebody jumping in and saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying don't hold your own beliefs and don't stand true to your beliefs. I'm saying it's jumping onto somebody else's platform to tell them they're wrong. And somebody made the comparison, well, if you saw somebody drinking bleach and they called it water, would you not stop them from drinking bleach? And they thought it was a good comparison. But the thing is you don't have to have faith in bleach for bleach to kill you. It's a known element. Whether you're a chemist or not, people know what happens when you drink bleach. But faith, your religious beliefs, the true definition that faith in this definition is being used, it's believing in something that you can't prove, but you believe in it anyway. Based on the things you've read, you believe this is true. But honestly, it's all circumstantial. Because unless you've died and come back, you've never seen any evidence. And even then, people will question it. So why is it so important to tell people they're wrong? I mean, people don't follow people because they're told they're wrong. I have a friend that's a Muslim, or was a Muslim, grew up Muslim in Pakistan. And he came over in his mid-20s, I want to say, late 20s, and he was a Muslim. Well, he ends up converting to Christianity. Now, I asked him, I said, did you convert to Christianity because people told you how horrible being Muslim is and how awful it was and how it's going to send you to hell? No. That's not why I became a Christian. It's because he saw other Christians and the love they were showing. They weren't pushing hell and damnation on everybody. They were just loving people. They were being disciples. A disciple is not somebody that beats you over the head and says you're wrong. A disciple is a person that is disciplined, that lives what they believe. People know how they are by watching them, not hearing them. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be disciples. We're not supposed to go around and telling people how wrong they are and how they're going to hell because of the way they believe. Jesus didn't do that. There is no evidence of Jesus going to another belief system. He didn't go to Hindus or they didn't have Muslims back then, or Buddhists or Zoroastrianists and say, hey, you're wrong. You're going to hell. If you don't follow my way, you're all going to perish. He didn't do that. When he did speak about hell or anything like that, he was talking to other Jews, people that already believed the way he believed. So if you call yourself Christian and you're a follower of Christ, why don't you follow Christ and do what he did? Now, I hear people say, well, it says that you're supposed to preach the gospels to all the nations. Okay, preach the good news to all the nations. Okay, preaching the gospel and preaching the good news is not telling people they're wrong. If people want to listen, they'll listen. If they don't, they don't. Nowhere in there does it say to beat somebody over the head. You attract more flies with honey than vinegar. It's an old saying, and it's a true saying. A lot of times people are horrible marketers for their own religion because they're trying to sell the idea instead of just living it. Because living it takes patience. Showing people what your belief is takes a lot more patience and discipline and willpower than just telling them. Well, I'm not going to believe your words. It's your actions. My roots run very deep with my belief system because I've researched a lot. I didn't just research one book. I researched a lot of books and a lot of doctors and scientists, and I've studied a lot. You can't shake my belief. But am I willing to change? Yes. That's called intelligence. If I see and find evidence that says I was wrong, I will say I'm wrong. But can you do that in your own belief system? If somebody says this that you believed was wrong and this is how, are you willing to change it? If you were to find that the Bible was manipulated in a certain way at a certain time, and this is what the original document stated, are you willing to change to that? Are you even willing to look at it? I dare say most people aren't. Because once you're married to your belief system, that's your belief system. And you don't want to believe that you've been wrong. Look at liberals and conservatives. Most will stick firm to what they believe even after they've been proven wrong. People don't like to say they're wrong. So just be cognizant that everybody has their own faith. And they're not required to believe what you believe. Yes, you can preach your own doctrine, your own belief system, your own dogma. But be respectful of theirs. And you may have a better chance of getting them to listen to you because you listened to them. Stay in peace. Stay in love. Hey guys, I want to personally thank everyone for liking and sharing my videos. If you want to continue to see my content, all you got to do is press that subscribe button and I'll notify you as soon as a new video comes out. I don't get paid for any of this. So if you want to buy some of my merch, like my shirts, like Jesus is a Badass or my Don't Be a Dick shirt, you can easily go to my merch store, which is at sogtv.org, which I will have it in the description at every video. So push that, go buy yourself a shirt. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and I will see you at the next episode. Thank you.